We're good. Hello, my name is Bryce Tubbs. With me today is Taylor Bryant. She's a co-founder of Bryant and Katasunis Life Coaching. She works with leaders, executives, and entrepreneurs to get results, and she helps her clients to understand their brain and mindset barriers in order to provide a deeper understanding of their behavior. Thank you so much for coming on today, Taylor.
Thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, is there anything else that you'd like me to add to that introduction?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. We really focus on mindset coaching and transforming some of the thoughts that you may have that are like self-defeating over to thoughts that are going to allow you to bring success into your life and live that lifestyle that you've always sought for yourself.
Nice. So what was life like before you got into coaching, and what was like the catalyst that brings you into the field?
So I have always had an interest in working with people and helping to solve their problems. Like going back into like my high school years, my friends always said if they had a problem, they would come to me. So naturally, I found myself doing psychology for my undergrad. So my bachelor's is in psychology. But then I took it to the next level, and now I'm obtaining my PhD in forensic psychology. So before becoming a life coach, I was a trauma therapist and using the cognitive behavioral therapy model, so TFCBT. And I love that work. I absolutely love it. But when you work for somebody else, it's really difficult to affect change the way you want to, and sometimes when you're held down by a model, there's specific things you can't do.
Mhm.
So my business partner, Nicole Katsunis, the other half of the Bryant and Katsunis, was on the same trajectory as me. And we decided, you know what, let's get together. Let's affect change with our population the way we want to and the way that we best see fit. That's what brought me to the life coaching field.
Nice, nice. And what problem are people usually trying to solve when they start working with you?
It's interesting. So a lot of times business owners will come to us saying like, I'm not having the revenue goals that I want. I'm not able to target the right customer. So they come to us for those problems, but we always end up taking it deeper. Somehow it always ties back to personal life experiences that people have not dealt with head on. Maybe they've buried it. Maybe they've avoided it for whatever reason. And I'll be honest with you, trauma comes up a lot, like some unresolved trauma. So we actually help people work through that, and we help them break through those barriers, improve their self-confidence in different ways that have been holding them back their entire lives. So once our clients are able to break through that, then they're able to finally achieve their business goals and start targeting the right customer or start reaching their revenue goals that way. Nice. So we're kind of like untraditional business coaches, if you will, but the focus on the mindset.
Why do you think that people think it's a business problem instead of thinking it's a mindset problem?
Because it's easier to see problems and project into something else than it is to look inside yourself and say, you know what? I need some work. I need to fix that.
Also, how can someone start to develop awareness to be able to tell the difference between the two?
So that's actually a tricky question, right? So a lot of you'll see in the population, people projecting their failures or their bad qualities onto other people. So they'll say, wow, look at that mom, she can't get control of her kids. Meanwhile, she has some crazy kids at home. I think you have to take that step and be aware in the first place. Like, okay, there's some things that I'm dealing with that I've avoided my whole life, and now it's time. Like, look at what's been triggering you. Take some time to see what's been holding you back in your life. And I think that's where it all starts.
What do you think are some key takeaways from this time of quarantine? Different question. Sorry about that, but
okay. Personally, I think some key takeaways are, I know a lot of my clients have been feeling anxiety, towards the future. They've been feeling like, what next? Fear. Am I going to still have my job, or what is it going to look like if my job goes online? I think a major takeaway is just spending time with yourself, doing self-care, self-reflection, things like that. Because now is the time, like we're home 24/7, right?
Uh-huh.
So most people do have that extra time in their schedule from traveling to work or having to wake up an hour and a half before to get ready. So I always encourage people to, if there's something you've been interested in, or you're trying to become in a more calm state, if you will, like watch YouTube videos, watch webinars, sign up for classes. Those are some of the key takeaways that I've experienced myself with this and that I share with my clients.
Nice, nice. Let me ask you this question. So just kind of switching gears, what does the vision look like for you, either out into the future or however far you want to go into the future?
Like my personal vision, or what do you mean?
Yeah, your personal business. Just what does your life look like in the future?
Mm. Well, I've always seen myself living in Florida. I actually used to live in Florida as a child. I'll be moving back there in January.
Nice.
But I just, like I said earlier, I just see myself being able to help as many people as possible make the changes in their lives. Sometimes people don't know how or don't know where to start. So that's a part of my vision as well, just bringing awareness to those around me and to my clients. Um, Definitely in terms of personal, a family. I just got married under 2 years ago, and I see myself starting a family real soon. But my goal currently is to finish my PhD, which should be done by May of next year.
Okay. Wow. Congratulations,
Thank
prematurely,
you.
but yeah.
It's hard work.
What's the hardest part of that journey?
The PhD journey?
Correct. Oh shoot, I'm not being specific.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry. That's like my main weakness is saying that.
Okay. The hardest part of the journey is accountability, in my opinion. So when you're taking your classes, the teachers hold you accountable by deadlines. So, your discussion post will be due Wednesday at midnight, or your assignment will be due Sunday by midnight. But once you move into the dissertation phase, it's kind of like you write at your own will. You do your own research. Of course, your teachers are going to reach out to check your progress. But I would say that's the difficult point for me, is because I usually, if somebody's holding me accountable, I always rise to the occasion or go beyond, the call of duty. But when we put the ball in my own court, it becomes difficult.
Mm.
So that's the hardest part of the journey. I've actually had to learn to write like positive affirmations on my mirrors in my 2020 journal of how many pages I need to write per day. And I actually asked my husband to ask me every single morning, how many pages do you have this week?
Uh,
So that's kind of inspiring me to keep going too.
yeah, I hate when I have an accountability partner for fitness. When I'm doing things right, I love that question. How many did you do? When things are going wrong, like don't check up on me.
Right. Because then you feel bad. Like if you don't rise up to doing something that you said and your accountability partner is checking in with you, you're like, I feel guilty, like crap.
Yeah.
Sorry for letting you down.
Yeah, actually, come and think about it, I just don't like being checked up on. Period, good or bad. I'm like it's one of those weird things where it's like I hired you to get started, but I hold myself accountable. I don't. So just be there as a backup to where if I don't, then it's like, oh, I feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with me personally, I need somebody to like check in and say, hey, you said you were going to write 5 pages today. How many did you do?
Oh, wow.
And, if I know somebody's going to check in with me, like I have this thing, and it's like a mindset, right? I have this thing where if I tell somebody I'm going to do something, I absolutely have to, because I'm going to feel bad. I'm going to feel shameful. In the words of Brene Brown, I'm just going to feel like I didn't live up to something. So I absolutely love having somebody like over my shoulder. Hey, how far are you? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, not like micromanaging or anything like that. But yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Let me ask you this question. So do you think that this process is preparing you for when you're going to write a book in the future? You think it'd be easier than if you hadn't done it?
Absolutely. Oh my God, I love this question. I do want to become a published author. Actually, my business partner and I have a book in the works that we are working on that talks about our journey and just how enmeshed our lifestyles are, how we met. So that is going to be coming down the line, probably within the next 2 years. She's actually on her PhD journey as well. We're in the same spot. It's so crazy how much our lives are aligned. But I think this is showing us that we need to build in time and hold ourselves accountable, because if we want to write a book, it's going to have to kind of mirror the dissertation process.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like we've experienced before, so maybe it'll be easier moving forward.
Yeah. Let me ask you this question. So what does the word success mean to you?
Success, success can mean anything. I mean, something different to everyone, right? But to me, success just means I'm waking up happy. I'm doing what I love in life. It doesn't really feel like I'm working because it's my passion and my mission. I don't really, a lot of people equate success with like financial, like being wealthy. I mean, I do see success in that way as well, but for me, it's just being happy and working on my mission every single day. So
Mhm.
I feel like I'm successful right now. I'm definitely on that track with the financial part. Like that's just finally starting to take off as well.
Nice. Yeah, everybody goes financial first. I'm like, it's not really about the finances as a primary driver, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, that's something I believe, but you
I
know.
agree. And, a lot of people will go to college and try to enroll in a major that makes the most money. So
Mhm.
just to backtrack to where my journey started, I did go to Shippensburg University in Pennsylvania, and my first semester was business because everybody's saying like, oh, business is where it's at. You're going to make so much money that way. But I realized early on like that wasn't for me. So, but when you compare like a business degree to a psychology degree, when you work with in the field of human services, they don't really get paid what they should. So you
Mhm.
kind of have to pave your own way. You have to make sure that you're happy first. You have to make sure that you're living in your passion and in your mission, because who wants to go to work at a job they don't love?
Nobody.
Nobody. But people do it, right? People do it because of consistency and like a consistent paycheck and predictability. But if you really want to find success, you kind of have to dig deep and spend some time with yourself reflecting. Use it during this quarantine time too, right? What really makes me happy? How can I get there?
Nice. You know, where can people go to learn more about you, or where can they go to connect with you further?
So we do have a website. It's www.visiondrivencoaching.com. And on there we have like different ways that you can work with us, some of the programs and services that we offer to the community. And we also are partnered up with Momentum University, which is kind of for like the established business owner, but we help them work through, it's like an 8-week program to strengthen their business, help them gain more revenue in that way. You can also connect with us on social media. So Instagram is BKLLC19, and then Facebook is Bryant and Katsunis Life Coaching.
Nice, nice. Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Excellent. And for those watching, if you want to go and join a community where people are improving themselves and helping others do the same every single day, I recommend you go check out our community either above or below the video. Now, basically what it is a mastermind where people come together and support each other every single day. Because when you're around like-minded people, you tend to improve in your life as well. So if that is you and that's what you're interested in, go ahead and click on the link either above or below the video to go check out the community. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video as much as we enjoyed creating it. Feel free to hit that share button so other people can benefit from the value shared as well. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. See you later. Done recording in 3 and 2 and